Welcome to Spoken Reviews, home of the Spoken Reviews. Today, guys, we're selling the 2022 Ford Mustang Mach-E and going back to Team Tesla. All right, now we're headed to Tesla to go ahead and pick up our new vehicle. Again, trading in the Mach-E, it's kind of like bittersweet because there's aspects of the Mach-E that we do enjoy. I guess you can see this interior. Interior is fantastic. I do like the larger screen. It kind of reminds me of the original Model S screen, being in that vertical setup and having a back screen. So again, a lot of pros to the car, and I think the Mach-E is a great vehicle for a lot of people, but just for our family, being in Texas and liking to travel from Dallas to Houston and to Austin, San Antonio, and make moves, just not having the supporting infrastructure here just didn't make sense. Around town, great vehicle, but for what we wanted to do in our daily use, it just wasn't doable. As opposed, whenever you look at Tesla's network, it's already established and it's growing. So that's going to be the biggest factor. Also, just Tesla has better software. So that's pretty much why we're deciding to go. So again, a couple last looks at the Mach-E. Beautiful job. I think the designers did a good job, but now it's time it's time to go back to the Tesla. So actually, the fact that we've actually gone from a Model 3 in 2019 to a Model Y in 2022, 2023, we're actually going to go back to Team Model 3. And we're going to go over that. There's a lot of reasons why we're going to go back for it. But the big thing for us is it fits all of our needs. It's at the right price point. So actually, this vehicle is actually cheaper. So this is actually going to be the standard range Model 3. So 272 rated mile range, which is more than enough for us. And I mean, around town, we're good to go. But whenever we do go on road trips, there's so many Tesla superchargers that it kind of like wipes out the excuse. One of the things that we learned with having in 2019, we paid for the larger battery, and we kind of felt like, hey, we paid for this big battery that we're only using, the capacity maybe 4 times a year when we go on a road trip. So having that experience, then in 2022 with the standard Model Y, we realized, hey, you know what? A standard battery is more than enough for us and our needs. So it was like, hey, there's no need to pay for the larger battery if I don't need it. I think a lot of people are going to have to make that decision on their own of what battery capacity you need for your family and your needs. Hey, but for us, standard range is just fine. Given, if we have to go to Houston, it's going to be one stop charging, most likely in Waco. So whether we're in a long range or standard range, we're still going to have to stop at least once. It's still going to be in Waco. So the difference in trip, it might add on an extra 10 minutes total to our trip. But I mean, come on, think about it. It's the reality, right? If I'm only going to do this 4 times a year and have to wait an extra 10 minutes 4 times a year, and I'm going to save, 10 grand or 8 grand on the battery cost, it makes sense for us. If EV America had the same number of Tesla chargers, we could have potentially kept the Mach-E. But the fact that Electrify America it's still in its early stages and it's still very spotty, just didn't work for us. But yeah, let's focus on the Model 3. So yeah, we're super excited to be back in the Tesla family. Again, we sold the Model Y about 6 months ago. So it's been 6 months of being away, and believe it or not, like, you don't know, how much you're going to miss it until you don't have it. So all the little things, we're just happy. Just so even on the ride back home, just a quick acceleration. And again, this is only the standard, right? So we're only one motor in the back, but this thing moves. It actually moves faster, like instantly. I was like, oh, this is quicker than the Mustang. The tires are wider. It handles better. It's slower. It's sportier. So it's weird. Like when I got there, I was kind of in my feelings about, man, am I going to miss it? Am I making the right or wrong decision? But as soon as I drove it off the Tesla off the lot, I was quickly like, yep, not looking back. So yeah, and again, this is just our interpretations of the facts. Kind of giving a little history, we had the Model 3 in 2019. We had a Jeep 4xe plug-in. So we've done the plug-in hybrid route, which was cool. Had its pros and cons too. Then we jumped to the Model Y 4680 standard which again was a great opportunity for us. The only reason why we actually got the Mustang was because we already had the reservation. We were locked in at a lower price, and we were just curious. So I mean, we did that, and it worked out for us, where we were able to, trade the vehicles in, and do pretty well. So it kind of, I mean, the numbers kind of worked for us, and now we have the experience with the non-Tesla. So when someone asks us, hey, how does this compare, we can actually give an opinion based off of facts, because a lot of people have these, grandiose opinions on, Tesla, 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 this, but they've never even experienced something else. So I think that we can actually bring some value to the conversation about EVs in general and about what's available now that we've had, an extended amount of time in a non-Tesla. So hopefully, you guys can appreciate that viewpoint. But again, I mean, I'm loving the looks of this. I can't wait to get the Model 3 tinted. I truly believe that a Tesla that's not tinted, it almost looks awkward. It's like, it's this awkwardness to it. So we're actually going to get it tinted next weekend. So we're going to have to go a full 7 days with no tint. But hey, we're going to get that handled and, get the Tesla swagger back up, because it's a beautiful car once you get that tint. As far as the wheels, we were looking at different, options to replace the arrows, but actually this new version of Arrow actually looks pretty good. It's different, completely different than the arrows that we had in 2019. Those arrows were kind of like clunky and looked like Walmart plastic arrow caps. But these ones actually, they look pretty good. So I can't complain on the arrows. So we might keep them. We might switch them out for something else. Not 100% sure what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, it's good to look, back and forth and see them. Yeah, it's it's a hard decision. We spent a lot of time making this decision. But yeah, we're excited to have it. Thank you for watching this quick video on us trading in the Ford Mach-E for a Tesla Model 3 standard range. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you want to see more videos like it, sub to the channel. Thanks a lot and have a great day.